Tomorrow marks 2 years of Russia's war in Ukraine. The Ukrainian people have pushed back Vladimir Putin's attempts to take over the whole country, but the fight continues tonight.
And our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp spoke with officials at the State Department over the Biden administration's additional sanctions on Russia.
February 24th, 2022, Ukraine sounded the alarm, warning people Russia has invaded their country. Thousands of families fled into neighboring countries, and volunteers answered the call to fight. When we visited Ukraine in November, about 9 months into the war, we saw people dealing with the reality of war. Many were unable to return home. Their daily lives changed, enduring power outages, embracing for the next wave of missile attacks. Nathan Tech, a deputy spokesperson for the State Department, says in the past 2 years, Ukraine has stood up against Russia.
We've seen President Zelensky stay in Kiev and continue to lead his people. We've seen the Ukrainians bravely push back against a brutal, unrelenting Russian war machine. Ukraine has now taken back 50% of the territory that Russia initially seized during that invasion.
On Friday, the Biden administration rolled out additional sanctions against Russia. The State Department tells me those sanctions include covering the people who were involved in Alexei Navalny's death in prison. Navalny was Vladimir Putin's top political opponent. The State Department also says these sanctions also include the people who have been involved in Russia's state-sponsored campaign in kidnapping Ukrainian children.
Thirdly, these sanctions also targeted individuals and entities who were engaged in bypassing existing sanctions already in place on Russia in order to ensure that we're fully enforcing the measures that we've put in place over the past 2 years to ensure that we can put a stop to the flow of arms and cash to Putin's war machine.
But these sanctions aren't enough. The State Department hopes Congress can pass the National Security Supplemental Bill. It would provide money to help Ukraine and other allies.
Ukrainians right now, they're making very tough choices on the battlefield. They're rationing munition. They're working by the skin of their teeth to help defend their land. And we have to do our part to stand by our friends and our partners.
In Washington, D.C., Rachel Knapp, Erie News Now.